episode 32 of Series 6 of Master League Story Mode. So last episode we had a couple of difficult games against two of the big guns of Brazilian football. We had a rare home loss at the Majestoso to Santos, some poor decision making in that one from some of our defenders, and Palmeiras was always going to be a tricky game, a really high quality side. And although we went ahead, they were able to claw their way back into it, and Bruno Avini gave away a penalty. There's going to be questions about whether he continues to keep his starting place. He is the captain, but that does not make him safe. And things don't get any easier today or any less busy as we first take on Internacional, who are a 3.5 rated side. They're sitting in 8th at the moment, but they're a team with a lot of quality. And then we go up against Vitória only 3 days later. We take a trip there as well. But I think that might have been the first episode in a while without a win, so we need to make sure that doesn't happen today. Let's take a look at the messages just quickly. Anything to look at here? Ivan is now a leader. Well, that's an interesting development. Let's go and take a look at the game plan now. If we make him captain, that doesn't actually change anything, but I quite like a goalkeeper captain, and Ivan, although young, is now a leader. The question is does Bruno Avini keep his spot? He's 71 overall rating at the moment. Ibanez is really improving, the headmaster now up to 75. He's only 22 years old, he's looking great. Whereas Bruno Avini's career is going in the opposite direction. Although his defensive awareness is really good, he is a little bit slow. And the question is now, do we bring in Lucas Claro? It's going to be a 6-point team spirit hit if we do that. That is almost too much for us to handle. Obviously we'll put Arnaldo back in. Mara Jr. needs to be there. Alan Souza has seen nothing in terms of game time this season. With everyone available, it's hard to know really who we have on the bench. Marcinho or Balboa, I guess it's between. Or do we need Pedro Castro there? Probably not. Poor guy, already pushed out. So this is basically our starting 11, if everyone's fit and in good form. 91 team spirit is lovely work. 85 we could deal with Claro coming in. Let's compare Bruno Avini and Lucas Claro. Lucas Claro, surprisingly good finisher, better passer, not quite as good at heading, but physically, look at that speed, acceleration, physical contact is even higher, stamina is really good as well. He's just lacking a bit in the old brain department. I think that could be the problem. He does have heading and interception and fighting spirit as well. They're both the same age, actually. They are both the same age. Just Lucas Claro, as we've said, more physically able. I don't think it's a cut and dry decision to be made. Although it does beg the question, do we need to buy a new centre-back in January, or the equivalent of? Possibly we do. I think we'll make the decision based on form, so I'll leave it as it is for now. Actually, with a decent few games under our belts now in Serie A, it might be a good time actually to go and check our overall records for the season so far. See if there are any outliers, see if there are any players who are particularly underperforming. Arnaldo with a 5.5 is a little worrying, especially as we have no real competition for him in that role. He's had a couple of yellows and a red card this season, our only sent-off player. Luis Fernando with a 6.1 is good. Igor with the 5.8 is slightly concerning. He does have a pretty vital role there, and Matthias could come in there and he would be more efficient from an attacking point of view, I would say. Interesting, that's something to think about. 6.3s apiece for Jimmy Quids, Takuma and Mara Jr. They're all looking good. Mara with 4 assists. Marilison starting the season incredibly well. 10 goals in 9 appearances, 7 rating. And Mabele not far behind, 8 in 10 for the African. Got no issues at all there. Below that, Marcinho's played 8, got 2 assists out of that. I mean, he was really only a stopgap. Matthias played 13, only a goal and an assist there, so maybe he isn't the solution in Igor's position. Alan Souza has played 1, scored 1, 7 average rating. Should we be ignoring him as much as we are? That's the question. Anyway, let's get into it then, shall we? Back to the Moises Lucarelli. As we invite Internacional for the first time this season, Sport Club Internacional. And they're travelling almost 800 miles north from Porto Alegre. And this is a side that recently has been doing very well in 2018. They finished 3rd. In this last season, they finished 2nd. So they are certainly in good form. They've won the title 3 times in their history. And they've been in the top flight since 1962. Although in 2016, so pretty recently, they were actually relegated for the first time in their history. But they came straight back up the next season. Easy work, easy work. And yeah, I mean, they're doing pretty well, as I said. Third in 2018, the last real year. I expect they'll have some pretty decent players. Let's go and have a look. So they do have some good players. A few 77 rated, 79 rated striker. He is going to be dangerous. They've got a good keeper as well. Let's take a look at us today. Well, Abner. Instantly we have to take him off. Bring Diego Renan in. That's fine. Doesn't even lose us any team spirit. The mullet back in the side. If only we had as good a right back to replace Arnaldo as we do with Diego Renan. Mabele on a downward arrow, so maybe we will see Alan Sousa today. Would be interesting. Could give him a run out, the snoozer. The Igor Matthias issue. What's the change? We lose 3 team spirit. I think we'll keep Igor there. I think we'll keep things as we are with everything else. Oh yeah, and Bruno, the Bruno issue. Alright, let's start Lucas Claro today. 85 team spirit we can deal with. Neither Bruno Vini nor Lucas Claro are long-term options. I guess Lucas Claro is probably a player that we do need to try and integrate into this side. He's right-footed. He's strong. Well, let's hope he can perform well in his first start for the club, because I would imagine that their striker is going to be a bit of a handful. Let's get into this. So the Pontepretanos will have been quite shocked in the last episode to have actually lost the game at home. That hasn't happened very much in Zico's reign so far. They've been pretty consistent at the Majestic Stadium. Hopefully today against a very, very good team. We can put up a bit more of a fight. We just looked a bit toothless. They nullified Mauro Jr. and that was really difficult for us to deal with. Hopefully today we can get him involved a little bit more. Get Ziggy back on the score sheet. Let's do this. Patient build up here from the visitors. That's a dangerous ball. Diego Renan has misjudged that awfully. Nonato steps inside. Mauro Jr. puts him under pressure. And they pull it wide to Zika now. Flights one. Ibanez up against Guerrero for the first time. Ibanez there, the headmaster, beaten in the air. That does not bode well. Jimmy Quid's now a bit of space for him. Oh, steps away from his man really well. Now to Kumrasano. Oh, the ball's on here. Ah, Ziggy just stopped his run at the wrong time there. Real chance missed. Igor, big header. Now to Kumrasano. To flick his way back inside. Oh, it's fallen to Igor here. Can he get the shot away? Takuma Asano will have another go. It's into the face of the defender. Oh, high ball taken down well. And where the fuck was Diego Renan then? Has made his way back. But they're certainly targeting the experienced left back down this right hand side. And again space for Zika to put a ball in. We cannot allow that to happen too many times. And Lucas Claro beaten there. Internacional certainly looking like the side most likely to score. Oh, Diego Renan again. What are you doing? So much space for Nonato now. We cannot allow this to keep happening. Claro this time gets a good header in. Gets his header away is a very poor one. Oh dear. Here they come again with Zika. He can put on his 5th or 6th ball into the box from this side. Oh, this is very well worked here. Very well worked. Claro again with Guerrero. Out to Sarafiore. Oh, Igor, you had to deal with that. Fucking hell. We are hanging on here. This is not looking good. Playing some lovely football, it has to be said. We're putting a lot of balls into the box. Oof, Igor just couldn't deal with it. It was a difficult opportunity. Wide in the end, but we are struggling here. Arnaldo, loads of space down this right-hand side. No one coming to meet us, that's fine. And then he puts it down the line, looking for Takuma Asano. Shows great pace to get there ahead of Melido. Floats one up here. Mauro Jr. with a late run. Oh, it's a really good ball. And a great opportunity for the exciting young attacking midfielder. Should have done better there, really. It's a good late run. It's a really great pick out there by Takuma Asano. Oh, had to work the keeper there. Had to be on target. It's really unlucky. Half-time nearly upon us here. We've got a chance to try something before the end. Takuma Asano looking for MLSM. Oh, the only option was Diego Renan. Found him well. Now Mauro Jr. into the box. The left-footed effort is wide. 2 big chances for MJ. But ultimately, we have been hanging on for much of this first half. Although, look, still not a single shot on target. From Internacional, had a lot of possession. Made things difficult for us, but neither keeper has had to make a save. We've got to change that in this second half. Maybe Matthias early is the right substitution to make, but I think we'll keep things as they are. Vamos, Macaca. Come on, we can do this. Good pressure. Moving forward as one, forcing the long ball. Ibanez can get to it. It's well cut out. Now Mauro Jr. Oh, lovely. Skips away from his man beautifully. Looking for Takuma Asano. Oh, it's the wrong ball. Whoa! Keeper just about gets that away. Diego Renan to get onto this. Yes, he can. Good work. Switches play really well. Igor, little cushioned header into Thiago Real, and now Arnaldo. Looks early for Asano. Oh, he cuts inside really well. Takuma Asano is about to pull the trigger. It's scythed down. And this is a big opportunity for Jimmy Quids. He's missed a few free kicks in recent games, but he's already got a pretty decent record this season. And this is absolutely ideal. It's not absolutely ideal, I suppose. The other side would have been better. If we get this right. Up and over. No, straight into the wall. Not enough on it. Opportunities missed again for Ponte Preta. Come on. Mara Jr., lovely turn. Oh, still Mara Jr. Edge of the box, gets the shot away. Oh, maybe needed to look for a pass there. Zico becoming frustrated. He loves what he's doing with the ball at his feet, but his decision making, final bit of quality that he's needed, just hasn't been there. I don't think Asano or MLSM have made particularly good runs, but it was an optimistic shot from that distance. Still looking really good. Just need to find that final bit of class. Oh, huge mistake here. MLSM surely. Yes. Well, it actually took a very good finish in the end from Ziggy. He's had nothing to do, but it's the sign of a really good striker. Somebody can just pop up, pull the trigger at any opportunity, at a moment's notice. It's been anonymous for much of this game, but that was a really smart finish in the end. It wasn't a tap-in, but the Internacional defenders will be kicking themselves there. We pressed well, kept them all. Oh, that is awful. Keeper was there, that's cool though, very cool. And Ziggy on the mark again. I mean, MLSM is the ultimate better than his overall rating player I think that we've ever had across any of the series on this channel. Just keeps putting them away, even against top-class opposition like this, although that was not top-class defending. But we will absolutely accept that goal. Hopefully we can build now. Zika, oh, that's a lovely ball through. Ibanez aware of the danger, though. Just turns on the afterburners, covering for Diego Renan there. That's good work from the youngster. Now Mara Jr. holds it up well. Diego Renan continues forward. Just to go early into Ziggy. Allowed to turn here. And then finds a little pocket of space. Curls one here from distance. Oh, not far away. Not far away at all. Second goal, you feel, would kill this one off. Allowed to turn there. They dropped off. He holds off his man really well. Some good whip on it. It's not a million miles away. High ball. It's Jimmy Quids there to win the header. Falls back to an Internacional player. We don't want to allow them to pin us back. Oh, Igor, great work. Can he now find the right ball for Takuma Asano? He finds a good ball and his first touch takes him away from Roberto. Into the box here. Takuma Asano to win it. Under a lot of pressure. He did pretty well, I'd say. Here is Abner. First touch of the game for the left back. He's on poor form today. But he's got space here. Time to look up. Put a good ball in. It's not a bad ball. Keeper punches away. Igor looks to keep it alive. 10 minutes left in this one. So that's it. Normal time is pretty much elapsed. Actually, we're in the 94th minute almost. We've got one final opportunity just to put the cherry on top of this cake. Can Matthias put this into a dangerous area? The game is already won. The Ponte Pretano is already in great voice. Can we just rub it in with another MLSM goal? Luis Fernando could get to this. Out to Luis Ricardo. Hits it with the left. Oh, actually, keeper is out of position. That had been on target, but it didn't matter in the end. And we get a massive win against a really top side. We want the Majestoso to be a fortress. Lucas Claro, his first start today, didn't really make any mistakes. But Internacional were poor. They certainly didn't put us under the pressure that either Santos or Palmeiras did. Early doors, it looked like maybe they were going to be the side most likely to win this one. But second half, we were excellent. Mara Jr. looked good, unlucky not to score. And Ziggy taking advantage of some terrible defensive mistakes. And yeah, I mean, in the end, though, we did create more chances. In fact, they didn't create a single chance in that second half. Boom. Big performance. Great team talk from Zico, clearly. And a 7.5 for Ziggy. Best player in Serie A at the moment. He's got to be up there, surely. Lovely stuff. Yes, come on. 1-0 to the Ponte Preta. And we move up into 5th, 13 points. I don't know what the positions are for Copa Libertadores or that sort of thing. I think that's the only cup that we're eligible for. Anyway, 3 days later, we need to go again. Scraping a victory. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. But we will take it, absolutely. So just a quick look here, actually, in terms of Copa Libertadores. It's top 4 and the winner of the cup, but can also... It doesn't look like that 4th team gets knocked out if it's not one of those 4. Well, it looks like maybe it's top 6 then. The top 2 teams that have not earned a berth in the group stage earn a berth in the qualifying. So top 6, that's the goal. I reckon we can manage that, I'd say. And wouldn't we love to be involved in the Copa Libertadores? What's the qualifying rounds looking like at the moment? Interesting. Colo-Colo in their Gremio doing well. And the group stages. Interesting. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. Right, quick look at the messages. Scout's got something for us. And, China is once again interested in Alan the Snoozer. And I think that is a no-brainer. Quick look at the scouts. We haven't looked in a while. There's a keeper called Walter, 75 rated. We can do that. 33-year-old. We did want a backup, really. We want someone with a low market value. He's got a 3 mil release fee. That's absolutely perfect. That is absolutely perfect. I mean, really, I guess we should be looking for a free transfer. But good option there, Walter. And how much have they offered for the Snoozer? 15 mil. Yep, that's fine. We'll take that. It's 5 mil under his market value, but he is not getting much game time, which is a shame. 23-year-old, really promising, great finisher. It's just that attacking awareness. He's just not got many brain cells. That's the problem. So, on to the next game, and it is a away journey for us today. And at 1,065 miles north, it is a long, long journey for us. So, this could put a bit of strain on us, considering we only played 3 days ago. And we are travelling up to the city of Salvador in the region of Bahia to take on Vitória, a side that we do know well. Obviously, they finished 3rd in Serie B. I can't remember how we performed against them last season, but I would say that we probably won because we beat most people. They've never won a top flight trophy in their history, but they were Serie A runners-up in 1993. That's as close as they've ever got. But as recently as 2006, they were actually playing in the 3rd tier of Brazilian football, so they've been up and down. They've had an up and down history, but they've been around for a long time. They played their first game in 1901. So, like Ponte Preta, a club with a long and rich history, but not a huge amount of trophies, which is something we're obviously hoping to change. As you can see, only 3 days later, we do have some fatigue issues. We haven't seen a lot of that recently, but we certainly are today. Ibanez on a downward arrow. Do we bring in Claro for him? I liked Claro and Ibanez together. They seem to work quite well. I think I want to keep playing Lucas Claro. Let's go with Avini and Claro. Let's try that today. The 2 29-year-olds, some real experience in there. Maro Jr. downward arrow, that's a shame. Obviously, not hitting the target, not getting his goal in the last game has hit him in the confidence department. That's a real shame. Ziggy and Takuma Asano on greens. Jimmy Quid, sideways arrow, that's fine. Marcinho, we could bring him in, but I think we'll start Maro Jr. We're going to have to make some changes. I think we will start Matthias over Eagle. Eagle's on a blue. I think we're going to keep it as it is, actually. That might be a mistake, because we're going to need to make subs. We want to keep it at 87 team spirit, really, if we can. Vitória. They've got 1 player with a real face, so surely he... Oh, no, 2. They've got a keeper. But Neilton, their highest rated player... Oh, no, he's not, actually, but he's probably pretty good. Captain as well, out on the right. Could be dangerous. Leo Sierra, the striker. A striker that we looked at, actually. He's pretty good on the bench. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Let's get into it. So here we are in the city of Salvador at the Barradal. It's a capacity of 34,535, so average size. But support looks to be good. It's a big occasion here. It's a side that we know well. We've played them at least 2 times so far in this series. And I fancy our chances after our performance against Internacional, but it's been a long journey. We've got some tired legs. How will we fare? Let's find out. Early ball into Marison. He'll hold it up. Abner's made a great bombing run down this left-hand side. Real pace from the left back. He's going to push Hulter all the way to the line. Is it a foul? Is it a corner? I don't know. Abner doing what he does best and earning a yellow card for Vitória early on here. Just pinned his ears back. He was going for the line. Probably not a card, but we'll take it. Oh, somehow they find a way through here. And Ramon will get to this ahead of Abner. Puts the ball in. Oh, it's a good one. Biano's got the wrong side there of Arnaldo, but somehow they really messed that up. And Igor can now bring it away for Ponte Preta. Gomez slides in. And illegally, says the referee. Could it be another yellow card here for Vitória? I think it might just be a talking to. Oh, Nixon into the box. Lucas Claro comes across, does really well. That's what we like to see. Lucas. Now Mara Jr. plays in Luis Fernando. He'll drive forward. Can he time the right ball here? Oh, there's a big foul on him there, and it's going to be pulled back. I think he just didn't make the right run as Fernando barreled forward, but we've got quite far out opportunity here. Well, no one seems to have spotted Abner making a neat little run down this left-hand side, and he gets to it here. Low ball across to Takuma Asano. Oh, places it there, and it's off the post. And then, fortunately, back into the arms of the keeper. Oof, that was a big, big opportunity there. Bruno Vini gets up really well there. Allison lays it off to Mara Jr. He's got Abner making another run down this left-hand side. He's been involved a lot today. No. Asano, nice ball into Mara Jr. Oh, intricate stuff there with Jimmy Quids. He now push it into Takuma Asano. Lovely ball. Asano shapes with the right. Oh, another chance missed there for Takuma Asano. Great interplay though. Chance here, but Bruno Vini reads it really well. And now he's going to go on a little run of his own. Bruno Avini, suddenly acres of space for the centre-back. Wants to see Mara Jr. making a run, and he does make one. Mara Jr. now onto the right, looks to curl. Gets a big head away from a Vitória defender. That might have been goal-bound. Bruno Avini got there and he thought, hang on, this is... what am I doing? But actually it was a good ball into Mara Jr. He was absolutely desperate for a goal at the moment, but it just wasn't to be. Abner coming for the short corner here. They don't really respond to that very well. Now Quincy will put it into the box. Rorano's away. Abner. Whoa! Pile driver against the post. The Brazilian Roberto Carlos. Nearly getting what has been a pretty rare goal. Would have been a rare goal for him at the moment. He's scored quite a few goals in Serie B. He's hit that really well. He's got a good strike on him, even with his weaker foot. Come on, we're really testing him here. Rodrigo Andrade. Oh, allowed a bit too much time and space for me. Luis Fernando. Ref says that's fair. And I agree, but that is going to be half time here. Well, he's putting them under absolutely tons of pressure. Should have had a goal. Yeah, all the possession, all the chances. It certainly feels like a game from our time in Serie B, but let's not be saying stuff like that because we could easily be caught out here. We need to kill this one off in the second half. Come on, we've got this. Oh, Fernando's had an absolutely brilliant game so far. Does really well there, finds Ziggy. Now Asano. Can he return the favour? Oh, it's fortunate, but Ziggy just thrives on fortune. And as they say, fortune favours the brave. He can just float through games sometimes, but then you get him in a position like that. And unlike Takuma Asano, who I really like, and obviously was involved heavily in that goal, Ziggy, his finishing is just, he's got ice for veins. Ice in the veins. Ice for veins certainly wouldn't work. Ice in the veins, though. The 1-2 was a pretty obvious one. It's just found its way through. The number 19 will be gutted there. He certainly had an opportunity to clear that. And Ziggy continues his goal-scoring run. Takuma Asano, Ziggy partnership. I don't feel like there's anyone really in this side who can break it up if they're both on form. They work well together. They complement each other. They both make good dummy runs for each other. Mabele we like, but these two together, they just do seem to click. And taking Serie A by storm at the moment, and we've got our goal early on. That's what we said we wanted. Mara Jr. finds Jimmy Quids well. Oh, good strength from him. And Abner looks to take on Neilton, and he's away. See you later. And then he goes early looking for Mara Jr. Oh, it's not fouled. It's unlucky. Awful clearance. Nice. Luis Fernando can find Asano. Looking for Ziggy again. Curls it home. There it is. Takuma Asano. And Ziggy Marillison. Oh, linking up again. And it's a brace for Ziggy. I think we need a chant, don't we, really? We do need a chant. Something Ziggy Stardust related, perhaps. I don't know. Did we have a chant? Oh, no, we've never had a Ziggy chant. We just can't think of one. They come naturally. Obviously, I never think about what the chants are. Normally, they just come to me, a flash of inspiration. My favourite ever chant from this series was the player called Godfrey Doncer, who was a great, I can't remember, maybe Series 2. And Hold Me Close Now, Tiny Doncer. Just came. It just made sense. It was beautiful to sing. We're not sure for Ziggy. But with the amount of goals he's scoring, we're going to have plenty of time for that flash of inspiration to come. And that should kill this one off here. They're still yet to test Ivan. And we've now got our second. Silencing the home crowd. Oh, lovely ball to find the substitute Mabele back inside. His first chance of the game is saved, but Takuma Asano is there to knock it home. What a ball that was from Matthias to pick out Mabele, our third and final substitute. Oh no, it was Marcinho in the end. He's been good since coming on, and that is a clever ball through. Mabele back onto his right, tests the keeper, but Asano's there, and look how happy he is to get on the score sheet. He's run his socks off, he's looked great today, just couldn't quite find finishing touch, but he wasn't going to miss this one. Mabele, what a substitute he is to have, especially if we're ever in need of a goal, rather than just enjoying ourselves at the end. I think he's going to be a real asset. Chance for a consolation here. Bruno Avini won't be pleased if he doesn't keep his clean sheet. Nothing to worry about there, and Ivan puts it high into the sky, and there we are. What a lovely win that was. And what a couple of games we've had in this episode. We are looking unbeatable at the moment. How far can this side go? Who knows? I didn't ask you for a like in this one. Tim's been quiet. I think if you've enjoyed this football, then smash that like button. And also let me know, how far do you think this Ponte Preta side could go? Copa Libertadores surely has got to be the goal, but could we trouble the elite? Could we trouble the top of the league? I think we could. I really think we could. And big performances across the side. Bruno Avini in today. Dropped in the last game, but he proved to be probably our best player. Stats will say 6.5, but really he was a 7.5 at least. Ziggy taking his goals well, as we've come to expect. Asano also looking excellent. But Bruno Avini has made things very difficult for Zico now, selection-wise. Lucas Claro's been okay. A 5 there is maybe a bit harsh. I'm not quite sure why he deserved that in a clean sheet. But yeah, I'm still not sure who our best centre-back pairing is. But when you're not letting any goals in, it's not something you need to worry about at the moment. So Gremio continuing their great start to the season. Sao Paulo actually the only unbeaten side. They're in 9th though. They can't seem to win a game. But they have yet to be beaten. Gremio looking good. They've only conceded 3 goals. They've lost twice. Conceded 3 goals. We've conceded 7. It's not the best. It's not the worst. But we're looking good up into 4th. And a nice long break now before we go up against Fluminense. Everyone can recover from that. And Ponte Preta is trending. 82,000 followers. It's the first time I've literally ever mentioned the followers, because it is the most pointless thing. The most pointless addition of all time. It means nothing. It's complete. I mean, anyway. We don't have time for that. What a great time we've had. Ziggy in blistering form. It's been a very fun episode. Join me for the next one. I'll see you in a bit.